Hello guys and welcome back to another video. Super excited to see you people as always. If you want to see more videos from this epic channel, don't hesitate to locate that big red subscribe button down below, as well as leaving a cheeky little like if you enjoy this video. Anyway, today I'm going to do atoms, compounds and mixtures for GCSE chemistry, so now would be the time to dive right into it. So firstly, let's start with the subatomic particles, which of course are protons, neutrons and electrons. This table up here is extremely important to learn. I mean, really important. Probably more important than life itself. Anyway, we have the three subatomic particles with their relative masses and relative charges set out. We'll need to refer to this when talking about the atom itself. Firstly, the nucleus, sometimes referred to as the brain of the atom, contains both protons with a +1 charge and neutrons with a neutral charge of 0, giving it an overall positive charge. Pretty much the entire mass of the atom is in the nucleus, as it contains all protons and neutrons, which have a relative mass of 1, whereas electrons barely weigh anything. I guess it's a bit like our entire mass being in our brains. Moving on. When an element is set out in the periodic table, each symbol has two numbers, one below and one above. The atomic number is the one below, which is the number of protons, and the one above is the mass number, which is the number of protons and neutrons in the nucleus of an atom. Now finally for this slide, all neutral atoms, and by that I mean atoms with a neutral charge, or a charge of 0, have an equal number of +1 protons and -1 electrons, cancelling each other out to give an overall charge of 0. If electrons are added or removed to an atom, it will become a charged ion. So now, isotopes. I know these cheeky little so-and-sos had me confused when I first learnt them, but let's try simplify them a bit. Basically, isotopes of an element, for example carbon, are forms of the same element with the same number of protons, and therefore electrons because they are neutral atoms. But here's the main catch. Different numbers of neutrons. The results of this is that different isotopes of an element will have different mass numbers, which is the number above the symbol, because of the differing number of neutrons. But the same atomic numbers, the number below the symbol, and also the number of protons. For example, carbon-12 has a mass number of 12, 6 protons plus 6 neutrons equals 12, and carbon-14 has a mass number of 14, 6 protons plus 8 neutrons. Because of these two extra neutrons, but both have the same atomic number of 6 because they both have 6 protons. Is anyone else dizzy after that, or is it just me? And finally for this video, we'll go through elements, compounds and mixtures. So firstly, elements only contain one type of atom. Many everyday substances we come across are elements. For example, airplanes are built from the element aluminium. Next, compounds are two or more elements chemically bonded together, often formed in chemical reactions. These are not easy to separate into their component elements either. The properties of a compound are not related to the properties of its component elements. For example, iron sulfide is not magnetic like iron is, and it's not yellow like sulfur is, showing how it's a complete rebel as its properties are unique from its component elements. Finally, mixtures are multiple elements which are not, I repeat, not chemically bonded, so are fairly easily separated, unlike compounds. They are also impure. While pure substances, for example an element or a compound, will boil at specific temperatures, for example pure water boils at 100 degrees Celsius, impure mixtures will boil over a range of temperatures, allowing you to separate it more easily. In terms of a mixture's properties, they are a mixture, excuse the pun, of the properties of the elements involved. For example, a mixture may be a combination of colours made up from the elements involved. So brilliant peeps, it's that time already when I tell you to subscribe if you're new around these parts, leave a cheeky thumbs up if you found this video helpful, and you know, why not share with any of your friends who need a bit of help? Anyway guys, it's been fun, it's been emotional, I'll catch you again soon.